Hey, everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight is Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish, small pond, days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm as famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Oh.
So, welcome back to our show tonight. Tonight, we have an amazing guest. He does everything, and he's got his hands in everything and behind the scenes. And we had an amazing conversation this week on the phone. His name is Adam Weinstock, and he is a producer of many, many, many things all over the country and in London. And so he's going to have some great stories to tell. And we're very much looking forward to having him on. He's also a Libra, and this is Libra season. You are in Libra season. So if you love a Libra, like I do, and many of us do, you know what that means. They are really fun, smart, sharp people. And uh, we have so many Libra friends. So this is a good time to have a birthday. And if you're going to birthday parties, it's a good time. This is my favorite time of the year, fall. A lot of things are going on. I got to say, I'm a little tense about the election, but I'm still hopeful and joyful. It's just 22 days to go. So let me see who's joined us. 22 days to go to the big show. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy has joined us, and she is a psychic, a medium, a spiritual healer. Um, she does past life regressions. She does spirit animal readings. You're gonna, if you find Danielle, and I hope you do, at daniellealexandriaalchemy.com. Leo has it up there. You are going to find many wonderful things, and you are going to feel fantastic if you check in with Danielle. And actually, last year for Christmas, this is something good to think about for Christmas. I got a lot of gift certificates, and it was a really nice gift. Some of them were spirit animals, some of them were past life. Were talking to the other side, psychic readings, amazing. So that is something I highly recommend for a very original gift. Lori Towers has joined us, my favorite night with my favorite peeps. Well, I feel the same way. I mean, although your show is Wednesday nights, and that is amazing. I'm just working on Wednesday, so I can't catch it live. I catch it um, in repeat, which is great because there's a link you can click on. John Pietero, I'm horrified about the election. I know. Trump's twisted voice is killing me. Can I tell you something? I can't wait for that week to end. I'm not going to say that night because we all know how that goes, but that week to end so I can finally exhale. Um, and Leo, Leo, you got your voting shirt on. You are the good luck charm. I have my Kamala shirt on tonight. There it is. Yes, there's Kamala, a Libra, of course, and Sunday is.
Hey, your colors match our banner up there on the T-shirt.
Oh, yes, they do. I think that's on purpose. I don't know if it's on purpose, but anyway, why don't you talk about John and Lori and the wonderful stuff that they do on Wednesday night, since you listen live and are involved.
Every Wednesday, I love to do it. As soon as I get out of cabaret class, which I have, I turn it off and I'm like, okay, everybody, gotta go. And I get in the car and I put on WFMU, Sheena's Jungle Room, and I'm driving home for only 5 minutes, but I usually catch them right as they're ending the first set. So then I get to hear, and I know that they're going to love to talk about the Coachella experience with Trump this week. Did you hear about that?
Oh, no.
Coachella is just right down the mountain
I did hear about it, but please, will you talk about it?
Coachella is right down the mountain from me. It's a big music festival, everything. Had some of my high school friends, they were there. They posted pictures of themselves there. Then it posts pictures after the 2-hour walk that they had to make after they were stranded at the venue because Mr. Dipshit didn't pay for the buses to get everybody back from the venue. So they went camping, they did whatever they did, they got on a bus, drove 2 hours away to this venue or whatever it was, or where the venue was, and then all the buses left except for one. Only
Right.
one was paid for, and over 2,000 people, however many were there, had to walk back or wait for this bus, and it was like a 2-hour walk. Thanks, President. I know you're going to be looking out for all of us, right? Oh, thank you so
And they
much.
said one of the reasons that that was done that way was so they couldn't leave, because you know how Kamala said at the debate, well, people are leaving your rallies anyway. He didn't want people to leave, and that's what happened. So I don't
want
know.
people to leave.
Anyway, okay. So we got John and
So
we got
yeah, tomorrow night they'll be on Wednesday night. Sheena's Jungle Room,
okay.
right? WFMU.org. Beneath the Underground. Join us for some great music.
Also, another famous Libra, Jerry Dixon, who Broadway star, also a director, and he is married to our wonderful friend Mario Cantone, who is my friend from high school and famous actor and comedian. As a matter of fact, I saw Jerry and Mario this past Wednesday. They came into the duplex, and so happy birthday, Jerry Dixon. And Mario is doing something really cool right now, the Creepy Cinema. So there it is. So TMC's Creepy Cinema every Thursday, I believe, at what does that start at 7 p.m. I think.
It's TCM, Turner Classic Movies, Creepy Cinema.
Yep, and Mario picks the movies. He gets to pick the
Yep.
movies, and then in between little takes, they do talk about it, and they're usually classic, older, great, great little. He tends to lean that way, like classic movies. So
It's
that is,
every Thursday in October. Every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern with Ben Mankiewicz, who's
Yes.
he's a great documentarian
he
about
really
movies
is.
and stuff.
He really is. So we got that is something really fun to do in October. Also, our friends, our friend Karen Mack, who it is Cookie Month. You know, she makes cookies every
Cookie
single
Mac.
day. She makes a different cookie, and then she posts it on her Facebook wall, and she's fantastic. We love her. So we want to give a special shout out to Those Girls, which is the band that it's a girls group that she is in, and they are playing at Pangea this Thursday, October 17th at 7 p.m. And their sound is so beautiful. It's for amazing Rachel, Eden, who am I forgetting? Eve, maybe? No, Eve. Rachel, Karen, and there's one more that I'm forgetting, but I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, those are Those Girls, and they are at Pangea this week, this Thursday, 7 p.m. And Pangea, I believe, is on 11th Street and 2nd Avenue. That's a sweet little club. Go and check them out. And Karen plays there quite a bit with Elliot Roth, who I believe right now, though, Elliot Roth and James Jackson are in Provincetown. They are playing Provincetown this week because it's Women's Week. So all our friends are doing things all over the place. Also, speaking of Karen Mack, she has a new album out. And go to bandcamp.com. It's a new site that really houses songwriters, and everybody's raving about it. It's really great. So go and check that out. Let's see who's checked in. Rick Caritas. I love cookies. I know, except the ones that are what? What does that mean? We don't know what. Okay, maybe we'll
We know how internet. When you have we do our cookies now, accept them so they get all your information. So if you disable your cookies, they can't steal your info. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not as smart as you. Wow. Okay. And Lynn says, "Hi guys. Hey honey, how are you?" So let me see who else we've missed. Did Rena Crignelli?
Oh, the weather girl is here. Yes.
Rena Crignelli Berge, my cousin, and our family project manager from Massachusetts, is here. And she also enjoys fall greatly. So that is what's happening. Big shout out to my girlfriend, Judy Mesa.
Tomorrow, your gang leader from when you were in high school is on now. Gene Simpson Dunn.
Gene Simpson Dunn is joined. So happy birthday to Judy. Tomorrow is her birthday. So everybody, big shout out to as Leo calls her, Senator Mesa.
Senator Mesa's been tearing up the TikTok with
Well,
Senator Mesa.
yes, she has been tearing up the TikTok. You are not kidding, and some of them are really funny. Some of them are very serious, but some of them are really funny. She made one today that was, I mean, they're all funny. So go and check her out. She's under YM Grad on TikTok. Anyway, Leo, do we have our friend in the wings?
He is not in yet, but can we show a sure sign of the weather?
You could do anything you want.
Since we had the weather girl telling us that it's going to be nice and crisp, here's a little bit of crispness for our weather.
Oh my goodness. So that is Zach and Braley. This is our Nothing But the Apron calendar that we come out with every year. And this is October, of course. We get our friends.
Trick or treat.
Yes. We look at how they hoisted up their apron though. Do you know the aprons are longer than that? Because when I looked at these pictures, I was like, guys, by any chance did you tape those aprons up? And they were like, yeah, we did. We wanted to show off our legs. We worked really hard on them.
Remember what Sister Leo said about hiking up your aprons?
What did Sister Leo? Listen, she knows. She knows. Anyway, I'm just making sure I didn't check in this.
Ready to go.
Let's see what our friends are saying. So Danielle says, I saw that part. Happy birthday to Judy. Yes, it's Libra season. So Danielle says, happy birthday to Judy. John says, Trump's twisted voices kill me. I know. I am baffled. I am not going to beat this to death, but I am completely baffled by anybody that still thinks that this is a good idea. A land of, yep, okay. I'm just checking what everybody
Maria,
wants.
the eagle has landed, Maria.
Okay, beautiful. And Lori is watching it. Okay, we watch it every Thursday. So the Creepy Cinema, Mario and Ben, yeah, at TCM. I love it. He's great. By the way, Mario said he is almost done with, and just like that, he's got 3 more shooting days, and then he's going to come on the show. He can't wait to come on the show, but he's not going to Zoom in. He's going to come to my apartment. And
I thought I saw some leaks about him having a relationship in this new
one. Yeah,
stuff.
It ended last time with they gave him a relationship this time, which is really great. But you know, he and Jerry have been together for 33 years. He and his husband Jerry. They've been married for maybe 11, but they've been together a long, long time. Gene Simpson Dunn says hello. Carlos Knott did job sites or okay. Good question. Did Gavin Creel, which is so sad, he was an incredibly talented Broadway star, passed away sadly 2 weeks ago. Visit your job sites or bar, Maria? Yes, as a matter of fact, and thanks for asking, Carlos. There was an amazing fundraiser at the Stonewall Inn for Stonewall Inn Gives Back initiative, maybe about 6 years ago. And we had like an array of amazing people, and Gavin Creel was one of them, along with Sarah Bareilles, Tyler, Jamie Tyler, Tyler Ferguson, yes, and then a little girl named Taylor Swift showed up too, and Jerry Diefenbach played with her. Is that crazy? So it was like all these amazing people showed up to raise money for the Stonewall Inn. I made a TikTok today with the Stonewall because we were at a staff meeting.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yes, because we do understand the assignment. Chris Haley has joined us. Hi, Maria. Got to see you. Yes, Chris Haley, good to see you. Juliette Seymour. Oh, my God, my friend from London who was here last Wednesday. She was visiting New York, and she came in with our friend Evie. Jet-lagged, rainy London town, but it was nice to meet you last week. Sweetheart. Liz Goldenberg says, Gavin was one of the good ones, so wonderful beyond all his talents. He was so sweet to Myrna and Neil. I can imagine that. He was very sweet to everybody at the Stonewall Inn, and not one person had anything but wonderful things to say about him. So Gene Simpson says, I saw the TikTok. Great, Gene. I love it. Okay, so
Maria,
When
can
you
I just say that you said little girl about
well,
Taylor Swift,
oh
like the
yeah, just
Italians say a little snack.
right. Oh, girl, little snack. Yeah, me and Rena, we're always putting little snacks together. Okay, so I had a wonderful conversation with a wonderful man this week who is a producer, and I could not believe, I couldn't write fast enough how many things he is producing right now and how many things he has produced. So we've been really dying to get him on, and the stars aligned. This week, the stars aligned, and it just happens to be that his birthday is this Sunday as well, same day as Kamala.
Woohoo!
It's kismet that we would have him on tonight. So, Leo, can we please zoom in? Adam Weinstock,
Yes.
please.
Dum, da, da, dum.
Ta-da!
Places, please.
Light off in the back.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Light off in the back. Hang on a minute. I'm good.
Okay. So we were zooming in. We were checking Adam's
Yeah, that's
connection.
better.
Or that's much better earlier, and he was on another Zoom for, I'm sure, something also very important.
Yeah.
So you're like you're juggling a million things all the time.
We'll go.
Yeah, I love it. So now, Adam, we had first of all, welcome and happy birthday week, honey.
Oh, birthday week.
Yes, you have. Actually, it's birthday month. Libras celebrate all month.
I do.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a thing. It's a
Absolutely. I had a beautiful lunch today. Oh, Maria, you'd love this. There's this place called Refuge, and they
Yeah.
have an Alfredo shrimp spinach pizza.
That is right up my alley. How did you know?
I don't know, a Gentilly, you know.
That is right up my alley. I love everything
So
you
good.
said. I
Oh,
love that.
so good. And it's so good.
My mother used to make a clam pizza, like a white clam sauce, and put it on pizza, and it was absolutely delicious. Lynn Portis is checked in. That's how I met.
She is a brilliant woman. I love that woman.
Well, I call her Lynn Portis genius.
Genius.
She she said, "Oh, you have to meet Adam Weinstock. You're going to love him." And I know you guys are really good friends, and she's always raving about you.
She's such a good friend. She's
She
such
is.
a good person. She's just delicious and so talented and so creative and so patient with people. She's a special person.
Yeah, I agree.
That's you, Lynn Portis. We all feel that way.
I agree. All right, let's get to it because there's so much to talk about. Adam, I almost want to say I want you to start because I know.
Let's start with where I was. I was in this meeting I left a non-for-profit board.
Okay.
Because, I put in like my 12 years on this non-for-profit board. And I love their mission statement. I love what they do. It's 12 years in the non-for-profit world, showing up. And, when you're on a board, you donate time. And it was time to move on. And there are things in the theater world that are just getting to me. So I was like, I got to go. And it's fun. And you know what? I'm going to donate. I told them I'd be available to be on a committee if they need me. And the day I made the decision to leave that board, a commercial theater from LA, and they're called, oh gosh, let me see, let me make this small real quick. They're called ArtCo, and it stands for like, it stands for something like something in alignment, and it's a whole new group of people. And they all have a lot of credits. And, I brought something to the meeting because they're doing something called Showstoppers in November. And I was able to bring something new and important and valuable. So I'm happy with that. It's just a very cool new chapter.
But you always have a lot of plate spinning. That is for sure. That's kind of how your life goes, right?
Can I just tell you, I just heard that reference about plate spinning the other day.
Yeah.
It's become part of my vernacular. I think I need to have like one big plate and not so many little ones. But, it's easier said than done because I'm opening a show Thursday in Provincetown for women.
Okay, why don't we start that? We'll start with that show.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
This is a brilliant comedian, and she is, I don't know if you'd call her a monologuist. She reminds me of so many people, and her name is Susan Jeremy. And about 20 years ago, she became a teacher because she'd been fired from every other job. And she did a show called PS 69. And it was brilliant. I even brought it to the high school. I brought it to Provincetown. I think it played La Mama. It played all over the country. She played all the parts in a public school system.
Wow.
And she did it brilliantly. They each had a different spine, whether it was the gym teacher or the principal or the kids. Miss, don't let him sharpen his pencil. He don't come back. It was just, she has a million voices. And PS69 was brilliant. And she even brought it to my school for a staff development.
Mm.
So it's 20 years later, she's just retired from teaching, and she's written this play called Robert Will Show You the Door, Tales of Being Fired. And it goes through every job she had since like a teenager, from working first in Arthur Treacher's
Wow.
to like working at Belmont Race Park to working in an Italian bakery. And just getting fired. That's it. And she's just adorable and charming. And after Provincetown, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, birthday, Sunday, she's going to come home. And then in November, it comes to New York, where it's going to play for 2 weeks at La Mama,
Wow.
which is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
You know, I mean, La Mama can get reviewed. You know, a lot of off-Broadway shows, or off. She's going to call it off.
Yeah.
It's kind of off.
No, but I would call it off Broadway. La Mama, absolutely.
Then we shall call it off Broadway.
I'm going to call it that.
Okay, and it's famous. You know, it's infamous.
Yeah.
It looks really good. They've redone it. They've been doing theater for 50 years. So I'm working with people who've been around. I had a show at La Mama from the Tennessee Williams Festival a bunch of years ago, and that was with Mink Stoll and Everett Quinton. And that was special, you know.
Wow.
That's
Harvey
a special
Firestein
memory.
got Trojan Trilogy done at La Mama. That's where
That's
that
correct.
started as well.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I think Robert Can Show You the Door should go to repertory companies anytime. Like there's a small repertory company like San Diego Rep or New Jersey Rep, like these repertory theater companies that have a season. And
Yeah.
God forbid something can't happen. Here's this one-woman show. Boom, done. You know, piece of cake.
Yeah, and also they're also very smart shows to do because it's not a lot of people involved.
Right.
It's
Choose
one
the show.
person. Yeah, and that's, I mean, I think personally, I love one people shows. They fascinate me. When we were talking the other day, when I first moved to the
We
city,
can go on a date, Maria Gentili. We can go to.
I'm telling you,
You and I, we can go to, and maybe Lynn Portis will join us. We'll go to La Mama and we'll see the show.
oh my God, I can't.
That would be a lot of fun.
And then when the show does come to La Mama, just remind me, and we'll put a digital poster up on our wall.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Oh, look at Lynn plate spinning.
I know.
There's a brilliant one-person show at 59 East 59th Street right now. That's a show I brought to Dublin in 2022. It's by a fellow named Jim Hyman. Like, he's like a Lynn Portis type person. He's the kindest, sweetest, most talented. He's just darling. And this is called What Doesn't Kill You. I'm not really involved in the producing. I'm trying to help. They don't listen to me. I didn't write a check. I'm trying to help. And, you know, nobody hates you more than when you try to help them. So
Yeah.
it's a wonderful show. It's about a heart attack, a concentration camp, and Cher. So
What?
yes, a comedy. I know, it's brilliant. And Jim plays all these roles.
See, that's what I love. People that play all those roles.
And like Susan.
and-
But I'll have to tell you, it's playing in October at 59 East 59th Street, Studio C.
Oh
So
yeah.
only about 48 seats, but Jim, and he has some slides. He doesn't even need them, but they're charming. And it's just a charming show about figuring out about a teacher, life, getting married. I don't know. It's charming, and it
I love
opens on
that.
Sunday.
And the name of that show is
That one is called What Doesn't Kill You
What Doesn't Kill You. I love that.
by Jim Hyman, directed by Susan Barabas of New Jersey Rep.
Man, oh, I love
And I have
this.
some good producers. Bassy Lawrence is producing it, and a gentleman from London who's here now, Mitchell somebody. Really nice people. I wish them a lot of luck.
And speaking of London, you have a show that you've produced in London as well, right?
Right now, we have Back to the Future running in London. We have Back to the Future running in New York.
I
Now,
love
my involvement with it sounds bigger than it is, but yeah, it's not there. You know, that's on the Adam Weinstock website. If you go to the Red Spear website, Leo, redspearllc.com, I'm sure Back to the Future's on that.
Okay.
This is my new private one, Adam Weinstock Productions. I'm like a former student does all my like websites.
Yeah, but why not? Leo does all our websites.
There it is. So Back to the Future, go down a little, Leo, or is it just a still shot? Are you on the website? There it is.
Oh, beautiful.
We're Back to the Future now, yes, and that's in London and New York. We have Eisenhower, which was off Broadway last year. The delicious Lynn Portis went to see that. That's at the Olney Theater now in Maryland. We extended before we even opened.
Now, so explain that to me, because you said that. Explain what that means. You extended before you even opened.
First of all, was I interested in the next white Republican cis male play? I was not. However, Eisenhower, what he did was, I mean, he got all these highways built. He was a military man. He was supposed to run as a Democrat first.
Yeah.
So he talks about being middle of the road, and people might have called him too wishy-washy. He's like, the middle of the road is what gets everything done. If you're too extreme, you wind up in a ditch. And the things he said about go read every book, go to your library and read every book the book burners are trying to ban.
Wow. I mean, think about that. So my friend Liz Goldenberg says, my parents saw Eisenhower at Olney and raved about it.
At the Olney, not in New York, at the Olney. Yeah, it's great. It's just great. And it's a one-person show.
Yeah.
It does play some characters. It's basically a brilliant actor named John Rubinstein. John Rubinstein was the original Pippin. John Rubinstein
I love that.
pops up everywhere. He was like a gynecologist on Friends. He was on Barnaby Jones. He was in the recent, what's it? I can't remember. It's Tabitha. No, it's some witch series on Netflix. I mean, there he is playing like Daniel Webster. John pops up everywhere.
I love that. And Eisenhower. Now, I want to go back to what you were talking about, Eisenhower being that middle of the road guy. You know, so he had so much. You're right. He was a military man. His got those things built. You know what else he is known for saying? When people were trying to focus on, this is way back in the, I guess, what was that, 50s or early 50s, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kennedy came in after him.
Yeah. So there was a lot of hubbub about gay people in the military and all that, right?
You know what? Eisenhower.
Yes, but listen to what one of the top women in the military that was kind of known to be gay, he said, oh no, there's no way that I'm taking her out. Well, there's no way that I can replace someone like that. So that was his way of saying, you know what, you're going to have to move past this.
Right. There's a book that Bruce Valanche told me about called like Ike's Mystery Man, which is this guy who was a bachelor for all those years. You know, come on. And I mean, and they were all hypocrites. McCarthy, and who was that little weasel from that lawyer guy? I can't quite remember, but
Roy Cohn.
Yeah, they're all hypocrites. You know, at least Ike wasn't a hypocrite. You know, there was the pink scare where you were a commie or you might have been gay. That was the times. I think if Ike was around now, he would accept people as people because that's what Mamie did. That's what his mother did.
A different time.
One of his best friends was a person of color. He integrated the army.
Yeah, exactly.
And he when FDR passed away, there's a moment in the play. He goes, someone was talking to him. He goes, you know, it was so hard to deal with the loss. He goes, He goes, and where were you? He goes, I was in Europe dealing with another kind of loss.
Right.
And he made them take pictures of everything in all the concentration camps. So nobody could say, oh, they weren't that bad, and nobody could ever deny it. Well, now
Right.
there are deniers, but so it's
Wow.
one of my favorite experiences today, being involved with Eisenhower.
Yep, I love that, and people are commenting here left and right about that. A few people have seen it; they really loved it. So that is right now playing in Maryland, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, wonderful. So that is Eisenhower. So if that comes to a theater near you, definitely don't. Yeah,
Maybe when I put myself on hiatus in December after this La Mama thing and after I've done this show and that show, I'm going to take a little break for the winter months, cook.
yeah.
You
I
know,
was going to say, what do you do
and
when you take a break? What's your break like? What does that look like?
I take a break. I go shopping. I do the laundry. I get the car fixed. I pay the bills. That's my
Yeah,
thing. Like everybody else.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm really going to take a producing break in December because that's not when you're bringing something to fruition. In January, and look, I really want to get one or two passion projects for the spring, and I think I know what they are. Well, I might as well tell you. That's why we're here. There's a film I'm working on called Kent State,
Wow.
and there's never been a Kent State film. There might have been a
No, there
TV
has.
movie, and Alec Baldwin's in it. Believe it or not, he signed
Wow.
on before this whole Rust thing. He's
Yeah.
playing President White, the gentleman who let the guns in the army on campus. So if his people are smart, they'll spin it where I let a gun onto my set. Look what happened. It's dangerous. This guy let guns onto campus. Look what happened. It's dangerous. If they're smart, they'll spin it. I actually think him being in a movie about a shooting on a campus will propel my little. The budget's twice what I signed on for, but it's still low. I think everyone's going to hear about Kent State. We have William H. Macy, we have Dermot Mulrooney.
Wow.
They have authors that we're nearly cast and we're nearly funded. But there were these, setbacks, the pandemic, the writer's strike. So it's been.
So it's been in the works for a while.
Mm-hmm. We should be filming the spring, summer. So maybe that'll be. And the other one is a show that's going to off Broadway. It's by a gentleman named Drew Droege. I think I'm saying it right. He's been around, and it's called Messy White Gaze. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about it, but it's just so funny.
How many people are in that? Is that like a 4 people?
I think it's 6, and they're all awful people. There's not one redeeming quality about any of them. They're just so, and it's got a little bit of that Oh Mary humor to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Boys in the Band, where there's this one guy who makes these quips. His husband happens to be a policeman of color, but you never see him on stage. And I think we should open that one up, hopefully around Pride. So, we'll be in the parade and you'll hear about it. I think Messy White Gaze is going to become part of the vernacular like Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, and you know what? I mean, you probably know this better than anybody. You don't always know what's going to hit and what isn't going to hit. I mean, what do you go by as someone that's done this for a long time? What is usually?
I'm always hoping to make a little money from the theater, but there it is. Good. So it's out there. Did you find that on your own, or I sent that to you, Leo?
Leo probably found that on his own.
It's just.
He's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Leo's amazing.
There's nothing on Kent State though, right? I should have sent you something on that.
So Kent State is a movie that'll be out maybe in a year or so.
Kent State. Well, we haven't started filming yet, so film it 2026. And when those campus protests were going on a few months ago, I was like, because my nephew doesn't know from Kent State. The reason I got involved with Kent State is someone in my high school was one of the 4 kids that got shot. His name was Jeffrey Miller. And Jeffrey Miller's mother, I remember her speaking to my class when I was a student. And then I became a teacher in that high school. And I remember her speaking to my students. Wow. And I said, Mrs. Miller, I remember when you spoke when I was a student. There was like a 10-year difference. When I was 18, she spoke when I was a senior. And when I started as a teacher, I don't know, 28, she spoke. Now all the parents of the kids are gone. There it is.
Oh, I love that, Leo.
Oh, Leo, you are on the money. You should come
Oh,
work
you,
for me.
no, you don't have no idea. Leo is a gun for hire.
Actually, Leo, you're in LA, right?
Yeah, he's in close to it, Idlewild, up in the mountains, like near Palm Springs.
On by Palm Springs.
I'll have to send you something on Artco. There's something going on called Showstoppers, and then we're going to do something called is it anyone can whistle? And I think
Oh,
oh God, what's her name? I never remember. I think Jennifer Holiday's taking the lead role
Oh, wow.
because it's kind of like her name will be above the like it was really smart. Like she got right back to the guy who called her, and they were like, "Yep, she's interested. Yep, she'll do it." And like, so that's not announced yet. You're not going to find anything on that, Leo. You're not going to find. This is the Maria Gentili Leo scoop. Jennifer Holliday will be in L.A. starring in anyone can whistle. Yeah, or Me and My Baby. I don't know which one it is.
I love that. Now, also, Pili Bianchi says, who's our friend, she's a songwriter and she's also an author and does so. She's been on the show. She says Leo is the best. Yes, he is. Pili has a great book about her. It's about her dad's dog, Chaser, the Wonder Dog, and I highly recommend it. I love that book. Pili, I bought it for a bunch of people. But anyway, Leo is the best.
Dad's dog?
Her dad's dog, which was the most famous dog in the United States for a while, because the dog knew something like 2,000 words, maybe more. Chaser the Wonder Dog. If you look it up, it'll come
outside, and he's outside guarding the yard because there's like a possum who walks along the fence at night.
I saw your post, and so your dog. What kind of dog do you have, Adam?
Baxter is a rescue, and he's a caring terrier, so he's a Toto. He's like Toto,
Oh
but
my
he
God.
really looks like a gold Westie. Now, if Leo can go to my Facebook page, I am sure there is a beautiful picture of Baxter out there, but not the one where from the back. But it's probably buried in my Facebook. Yeah, so you can't get more different, Gentili, than Eisenhower and Back to the Future the musical. I mean, it's a one-person show drama. Back to the Future the musical. You know, $17 million Zemeckis Hollywood money thing with the whole cast from the movie show. I mean, they couldn't be more different. As a producer, you go through these things. Would you produce a show that you don't really like, but it's going to make a lot of money? Yes.
Yeah.
Would you produce a show that you're in love with that might not make a lot of money? Yes. So it's really tricky. Last week I was in Provincetown and I had a show called. So Leo's probably looking for a picture of Baxter.
I know. Now he's on a mission.
I had a show called Sauna Boy, Sauna. Sauna Boy.
Sauna Boy. And what's that about?
It was about working in a gay sauna. And this guy was a delight. He is like, if you're doing a one-person show and you're pushing a rock uphill with a talent,
yeah,
you got to go. Sauna Boy, I would bring him to Palm Springs. Well, go down. Where's Sauna Boy? Red Room. There he is. Look at that. All right. And that was Leather Mates weekend. We did just fine. I think we could have come. I think more people should have went. I think they're going to have us back. And he plays all the parts in the gay sauna, and it was.
I love that. Again, all the parts.
Oh, that's back. How good looking is he? He's a good.
Oh my God, he's adorable. He does look like a gold Westie.
Right. People asked me if I dyed that dog, and then there were a couple of people who know from Karen's. Oh, look at all the pictures. There's What Doesn't Kill You, my friend James's show. I recommend it. Yeah, Baxter's outside patrolling. He'll be out front.
That's it.
In this weather, when the leaves fall, that's his favorite. He can be out for hours. When it's
I love that.
Yeah,
that's
full
his
dog.
So now let me go back and ask you. So you said you were a teacher. So what? Because I'm a teacher too, and Leo's a teacher as well. What did you teach? Did you teach many different things? Were you involved in theater? What?
I was the drama teacher.
Okay, so that's what I was hoping for.
I ran the high school radio station, which was brilliant.
Wow.
The high school had a radio station, WPOB, and it was on FM and then online. So I wrote the curriculum for 3 radio courses, and it changed. It kept changing. First, it was like people would come whenever they wanted, and then we had the courses, and then they would come on their free period. It was really interesting. And I wrote 3 different courses. It was radio fundamentals, radio production, radio daily, where we did the news. And it would take us a week to do a news broadcast. And I have kids who are like, one of my kids is working for MSNBC.
Oh, that's so great.
One of my kids is working for the True Barrymore Show. One of my kids is associate producer on The View. So
Wow.
she gets like likes from like on her Instagram from like Meghan McCain and Whoopi Goldberg, and I'm like, okay.
Wow. So they all went on to continue to do what they were doing.
I
with
have
you.
ruined a lot of lives, and I'm very happy about it.
Wow.
Sean met his wife. Another one of my friends met his wife. I used to teach in radio fundamentals class a rock opera unit in May and June. Keep those kids in their seats. The way you would teach a Shakespeare, and I taught Tommy.
Oh, I love that. I love Tommy.
Right, but the original and The Wall.
Right.
And they didn't know from it. These kids were born in like 2000.
Well,
or
that's
90.
the thing.
So The Wall came out. So those goose stepping hammers and that symbolism, like they were like freaked out. And
They were blown
I don't know if
away.
I could show it today. Probably not. Probably some kids would be triggered by the things in Tommy and The Wall. So teaching.
Yeah, I can see that. But you know what? It was so brilliant. I loved Tommy.
Okay, and then they go put on their headphones and listen to the worst.
I know. Well, listen, I teach as well, so I get it. And now it's like it's almost a thing they use when they don't want to
Correct.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable in Miss Gentili's class, and guess what? It's a kid who hasn't done their work for a whole quarter.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I know. It's a very slippery slope now. But
You found Broadway Showtime. Oh, it is one for my baby. And Ellen, look at this gentleman. Boy, Leo.
Leo's
So this new board I'm on, and they're doing something called Broadway Showstoppers. That's coming up. And then the season, like they have this really interesting mission statement, finding and reviving old classics, and doing something new. So, I hear Max is catching the. I don't know which one Jennifer's going to be in. It's either one for my baby or Anyone Can Whistle. I don't know which one it is. Probably one for my baby. Can you make the mission statement bigger? Can you read it, Leo? It's a really cool statement. Professional musicals, concerts, and new works in venues of all sizes in the Los Angeles area. All Roads Theater Company, ArtCo, All Roads Theater Company. Committed to diversity program. Right. A little bit of everything.
I love that.
Right.
So,
and it's not like they're plastering, a land acknowledgement or like, we'll cast everybody. Like, they're not bragging. They're just going to do it.
I love that. They're just, hands on. Tommy and the Wall are, Pilly says, Tommy and the Wall are classics. We need these back in schools.
Really, there was so much symbolism and so much foreshadowing and so many characters represented things. It was because I also taught English. So I was an English teacher. I was the drama teacher. I would teach public speaking and three classes of radio. So 3 of my 5 classes were Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3. Then I had an English class or a theater class or a public speaking class. But I was able to teach these rock operas as if they were 1984 or Romeo and Juliet. I would say, what are their relationships? And the kids would write an essay, and it was great. I loved it. And the kids, they remember.
Yeah, of course they remember. And listen, all the stuff I learned in high school, especially from teachers like that, where they were on that, they had their finger on the pulse of stuff that was so, it was modern and yet it was out there. It was risky for them to teach it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
When they did it, you were glued in. You were
didn't show any of the films.
No, I know.
I did a Howard Stern lesson. I would show private parts of the film, which is a lovely film. It's a great broadcasting film. But I would be fired today.
See, there's a lot of stuff right now that it's just, you have to, I think the pendulum's is gonna swing back at some point, especially in the arts. Go ahead.
It never hurt anybody.
He's got me the KNBC.
It was brilliant. It was so funny, but there are some very, R-rated moments in it. Not that R-rated, probably PG-17, but still.
Yeah.
And the kids would love it, but they'd go home and tell the parents, and then I'd be in the office.
Right.
They'd go home and turn on their parents' bass.
I used to say to a kid all the time, and I've heard from kids, remember what you said to me? I go, did I tell you have a good face for radio? Yeah, and my friend said it was so funny. I go, I said that today. The kid would say, oh, that Mr. Weinstock's so funny. He told me I have a good face for radio. And the parents would be like, do you
Right.
think he should be talking about our child's looks? Do you think he should be talking about our child? Be in the office. Why did you do that, Mr. Weinstock? Are you a comedian, Mr. Weinstock? Are we trying to make our kids feel comfortable? Why would you do that?
Right.
Because it was funny.
I know.
Funny.
You know what we need? I wish there was a way we could bring back Joan Rivers. I wish there was a way. It's almost like there's a movie there, right? Where someone let's say it's a teacher. There's a plot right there. And then the ghost of Joan Rivers reappears. And
That's funny.
that's really funny.
Judy Gold should do it.
Judy Gold could really, yeah. Where
She had a show. She had a show at 59 East 59th Street, and it was called "Yes, I Can Say That." And there were people that walked out. Like she would piss off someone, but she was like, "I'm going to say it."
Yeah, I know. I had a discussion with a young gay boy many years ago who's just whatever you said he was uncomfortable with. I said, if you're going to be gay and you're new at this, I just do me a favor. I got some homework for you. This was at the Stonewall when I was bartending, so I wasn't teaching. I said, you need to go back and watch as much Joan Rivers as you could possibly stand. Then you can say, I'm a gay man. Because
I get in trouble with some of my trans friends because they get so angry about if someone doesn't understand something or if there's a point they're trying to make, and they're just so. However, so I have a couple of trans friends who are the most grounded, beautiful people in the world too, because they've really taken a look at themselves.
Right.
And they had to figure out some things.
Yeah.
But there are some that wake up angry, and the world is going to get them right away. And
of course, it's self-fulfilled prophecy.
That, and it is kind of true too. They got to fight for who they are right away, and I don't have to. So
yeah, I know. It's I think we're in a learning place.
Everybody says you do you, but then there's a whole coalition of people who say, but not you.
Right.
So what would they have done with Don Rickles or George Carlin at this time?
Oh, George Carlin. Everything he said came true. Everything. I've been watching Judy is really, my girlfriend is really loves him. And sometimes she'll play stuff that he said. And I'm like, he could have said that today.
Yeah.
He was so ahead of his time, and he pissed off a lot of people. But he was
such a sweet man. I got to meet him at Latinos Anonymous way back in the day. And what he says is true. He's like, what he does on stage, he does on stage. But when you meet him, he loves he loves the person, not what the group of people do when they get together.
Right.
Yeah. That's funny because Stone has become quite the interviewer. He had Mrs. Clinton on. He had Kamala on, and what he was saying, he was so smart. I mean, he's learned something in his 8 years of interviewing people. And, he's not asking these brilliant women what color their underwear are like he did when he was like 30. He's asking them some very poignant questions. He goes, and I'm like, wow.
Well, look, you know what? I think that if we are true artists, we do continue to evolve. I can only hope that. And I think that he's one of those people,
Yeah.
I think he's continued to evolve. Like I think we all go through certain phases of.
Look at some of our comedians, someone like Jon Stewart or Margaret Cho.
What they say is so, I mean,
they're like brilliant. They take it to Congress. It's almost like some of the politicians are comedians, and the comedians are smarter than the
Yep. You know what? When I first moved to the city in 1990, my first job in the city, I worked at a place called the Olive Tree Cafe, and it was the Comedy Cellar, and was attached to it. It's all one owner, and the Cafe Wa. And I worked at all three clubs. And Jon Stewart was just starting out as a comedian. And I can tell, I used to listen to all those all these people that are famous now were just starting out. Jon Stewart was probably the nicest one of all of them. He dated one of the waitresses, and he was a gentleman beyond all gentlemen. And that's how I remember him, as this young, beautiful, blue-eyed man that just was such a doll. And then he became famous, obviously.
And he discovered Steve Carell. And Steve Carell was in my second city class with me.
Wow.
He hasn't made it like I have, but he's doing okay.
Still, listen, one can only hope. So,
I doubt he remembers me, but I remember that Steve Carell was in my class. There was a little something special about him too. Like even when we had the homework assignments at Second City, make something a musical that never was a musical, or like that, and or come up with this and come up with that. Steve had that little spark.
yeah,
Yeah.
some people just do. All right, we're going to take a moment. We have to do the food section of our show.
Can I let Baxter in the house?
Yes, of course. You go
Just
like
30
that.
seconds.
Yeah, take your time. All right. So Pilly says, Joan, yes, please, Joan Rivers. Oh my God, right? You never forget your mentor, she said. I agree, Pilly. Lenny Bruce says, John. All right. So what did we
Lenny
make
Bruce.
tonight? I didn't have a chance to cook my main meal because I came to Jersey. And so what I did instead was I went to Whole Foods, and I would have cooked this myself. It's so delicious. Bow ties with mushrooms, parsley, some crushed walnuts, which I think are delicious. It smells like a little bit of garlic and olive oil. Just very simple, and it's a cold salad. But that is what I'm eating for dinner tonight.
I love bow tie pastas. One of my
Me
favorites.
too. Well, they call it bow tie. The Americans call it bow tie. The Italians call it farfalle, which means butterflies, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, farfalla is a butterfly. Farfalle is plural. So that's
Can
so
I get some butterflies with my meatballs?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, doesn't that sound good, Pill? So that's what I'm having. And then this, I've been trying up until the election, I've been trying every single week to put something blue in there. So this week I made a delicious salad of mixed greens. A lot of it is romaine. Then for Tim Waltz, I always put something purple in there. So I have purple cabbage and purple onions. And then I have blueberries, fresh blueberries, and blue cheese crumble. And I'm going to put a classic, I love this Fini balsamic vinegar that you get at Whole Foods. It's delicious. So I'm put that and just a regular Tuscan olive oil. So
Maria, do you put onions on your salads?
I do. I like it. I like onions a lot.
What flavor or what color onion do you use?
I tend to go with the purple. For salads, I tend to go with the purple. For cooking, I go with Vidalia. Always Vidalia because they're sweet. And if you can find them, if you can't always find a good Vidalia onion, but in the winter you have to go to the Peruvian onions. They're Vidalia onions, but they're grown in Peru. So, did you find Baxter?
Baxter's in.
Okay, good. Now I did for my dessert because of you.
Hi, Jay.
So we're having lobster tails. I did cut it in half because otherwise it wouldn't fit. But here's what I'm going to do because it is your birthday Sunday, as well as Kamala Harris's birthday.
And Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg. That's right. So everybody, we're going to sing happy birthday to Adam and Kamala in that order. And then, Adam, you're going to blow out the candles. So happy birthday to you. Come on, Leo. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Adam and Kamala and Snoop.
And Snoop Dogg. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Blow it out, Adam.
Aw.
Yay. That was good.
Adorable,
Wow.
Beautiful, honey. Yes, we have to celebrate your birthday. It's a bit, and it's same day as Kamala. Come on. That is good luck.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have 3 minutes left to our show. First of all, thank you, sir, for joining us, taking the time out of your busy schedule. And thank you for sending us all that great promo stuff that we could pull up. Leo, thank you for going, as always, above and beyond the extra mile.
A deep diver.
Yes, he is. And I will tell everybody knows Leo does all my promo stuff. He maintains my website. He created our website for What's the Story with Maria. He maintains the mariagentili.com. But he also makes amazing videos, promos. So he is a gun for hire. If you need anything done, reach out to Leo Rodriguez on Facebook. You will find him, and he can make it happen. So now,
how far are you from Leo? How far are you from LA?
I'm actually close to Palm Springs. I'm in the mountains that overlook Palm Springs. Yep.
I want to bring Sauna Boy to Palm Springs.
I would like to see it. And then
right.
Palm Springs is pretty hot there.
See, that's what producing is, Maria. You find the right show for the right area.
Oh yeah, it would go
Broadway in
great
Palm
down there.
Springs makes a lot more sense than Robert will show you the door and Bugger. But I don't know. Maybe
Right. No, but it's
We didn't even
true.
get to talk about Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness was a blast. I was so happy to be involved. It was Christian Campbell and his wife America. It was really their first time taking the reins of producers. We learned a lot. I think it should go to London or Brooklyn or Vegas.
That makes
like
a
New
lot
York.
of sense.
Right. Because
I can see all the Jesus
Broadway
numbers in
shows
Vegas.
in New York right now the budgets are outlandish.
Yeah, I can imagine. Everything is through the roof.
Maria,
Okay.
there's a show that's opening. It's nearly a $6 million budget off Broadway.
Oh my God.
That's why I said no, not me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you got to skip stuff. Like remember when Spider-Man came by? Everybody was jumping on that, and nobody made their money back. So that's the thing. Some shows sound great. Sometimes you got to just lay back and wait. If something sounds like, if it doesn't feel like it's right, it's not right. There'll always be another show. Okay. Thank you, sir, for coming on. Leo, thank you for everything you do. Now, Adam, I'm going to call upon you on your birthday week. All the people that listen to the show are creatives of some sort. And now this will go into podcast right after this. You can always find us, by the way, folks, on our YouTube channel, Maria Gentile. What's the Story with Maria YouTube channel? Also, all the podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. You can find us on that, as well as What's the Story with Maria.com. Leo archives everything. He does all that stuff. So now, Adam, I'm going to call upon you to leave all our creative people with some words of hope about staying in the game. Whatever it is you do, how does a person continue to be inspired, have hope, even on the days that aren't so good?
Gosh, you just got to keep pushing. I'm still doing it. We're all still look at our friend Bianca Lee. Bianca Lee was an East Village, under 14th Street, trans talented person, and now she's on Broadway at 62.
Yeah, I know.
It's and if she's got the right management, she should be able to work this into television appearances, gay pride parade, like grand, you never know. Our friend Penny Arcade is another person under 14th Street talent. And I say under 14th Street because there's Broadway and then there's the under 14th Street where Taylor Mack started. And Penny will say, artists don't sell out. Every once in a while, the rest of the world will buy in.
Oh, I love that.
Already doing, like Warhol who painted a soup can, and then everybody's going, oh, it's brilliant. Listen, you just gotta, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Maybe somebody in that audience of 10 that you're performing your heart out for is a big-time producer who wants to bring it to Edinburgh or the next one.
Yeah. And I just feel like if you really love something that you do, just keep doing it. And people will love it and enjoy it, and you'll always take pride in what you do.
Find different ways to do it. Like I said, I'm going to take a little hiatus and just find 2 passion projects, not like 12
right
little just here and there.
Yeah, but even 2 passion projects on your time off is a lot. So good for you. That means you love what you do.
Well, yeah, but I wish everybody had a teaching career like we did and then a pension so we can do this stuff.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what?
10 o'clock on a, what is it, a Tuesday?
Yep. Well, being a teacher is a passion project, isn't it? Leo knows he's a teacher too. So, and okay. Well, I wish we had more time, and I will say, Adam, you are always welcome to come back if you have anything you want to let us know about. Maybe I'll have you and Lynn on together some night.
Ooh, it's fun. Oh, you never get a word in. You'll never get a word.
I know. I love that. And thank you for taking the time, my friend. Happy New Year. I know it was just a Jewish New Year, so Happy New Year.
Yeah, birthday, just that.
There's so many things happening. And fingers crossed, we have 22 days to go. Let's just Keep doing what we're doing. I sent 200
Keep doing
postcards.
there you go.
Leo's got his, and I have my Kamala shirt on today. There she is. And I mailed 200 postcards to swing states yesterday to Ohio that I did. So everybody's
Hi,
doing.
Jay Rivera.
Hi, Jay Rivera. Hi, Brian Johnson, my friend. And Jean Simpson. Jean Simpson is in Indiana, and she is on the board of a beautiful theater. I think it's the Fisher Theater, is it, Jean? So theater thrives everywhere, no matter where you are.
Nice.
Yes, Adam, you are always welcome back. Everybody go and Adam, where can they find you? What is the name of your website? Just Adam.
Find me on Facebook, Adam Wine. It's actually Weinstock.productions.
Okay, Leo already had it up.
That's the new one.
So
That's
all our
that
theater
just
people.
Me. Red Spears with a business partner. Weinstock is just me.
Okay,
but Adam's very smart, everybody. He's got everything on that page. So you can find out his whole world by going to Weinstock.productions.
I'm glad you liked that landing page. That was a note I got from someone that I was working with. That why does your website have your bio first? You should have your shows first. I'm like, oh, okay. Great note.
Yep, great. Thank you, Leo, for everything. Lynn says Leo is so friggin' fast. Yes, he is. And I love him.
And easy. Wow.
And well, I don't know about that. Jesus, holy moly. Okay, thank you, everybody. We love and appreciate you. Come back every Tuesday at 9 p.m. We are here. Okay. And thank you, Adam. And break a leg with everything you do, honey. Okay.
Bye, kids.
Bye. Remember, everybody, vote.